50% of Americans are running a magnesium deficit. Sleep disruptions cost executives an estimated $2,000 in lost productivity annually. 46% of executives say they're operating below peak performance due to lack of sleep. If you want to know how to actually optimize your sleep, I fixed all of this with a 15-minute executive protocol. It helps me fall asleep fast and wake up sharp. I track everything with my Oura Ring, and the data surprised me. 4 steps, simple and repeatable, because perfection is a productivity killer, and elaborate isn't sustainable. No expensive app subscriptions, no $300 supplements. In fact, one of my favorite costs less than $1. And stick with me until the end, when I'll share the highly effective zero-cost sleep aid that's always on my nightstand and travels everywhere with me. Welcome back to the Asset Series, 6 foundational pillars for executive health that include everything from steps to strength, sleep to stress, and calories to protein. Today, pillar 3, sleep. If we're just meeting, I'm Alicia Bell. I'm an executive, a mom, and I'm obsessed with the realistic application of biohacking and executive wellness protocols within compressed timelines. I share what actually works when your schedule is slammed and your biology takes a backseat to the boardroom. I wear an Oura Ring 24/7, and I've experimented with a lot of products in pursuit of better sleep. I'm not a wellness influencer, nor a doctor. I'm a busy professional and parent focused on maximum output without the burnout. Today is about the ROI of optimizing you. Here's the top line. In the last video, we covered strength, the long-term build. Today is the nightly reboot that makes that build possible. Strength starts with sweat, but it repairs with rest. We're covering the 4 non-negotiable things I do every night that require a total time investment of just 15 minutes. Because simple done right every night beats elaborate executed occasionally. Let's get into it. Number 1, the passive heating protocol. Deep sleep is your body's ultimate repair cycle. And it turns out it heavily front loads in the first half of the night. If I miss that window because I'm replaying a tough work meeting in my mind, I can't make up my deep sleep at 6 a.m. What's the trigger? A drop in core body temperature acts as your biological switch for sleep. After some Google searches on a sleepless night, I learned that a hot shower an hour or 2 before bed triggers what's called passive body heating. The warm water pushes blood to your hands and your feet, which drops your core temperature and signals to your brain to power down. We run our businesses on data. Let's do the same for our biology. Research tells us that optimal deep sleep should be about 13 to 23% of our night, which, if you sleep 7 to 8 hours, is roughly 55 to 110 minutes. When I checked my Oura Ring data, my baseline wasn't even hitting the minimum. Taking a hot shower to cool down felt counterintuitive, but I tested the protocol, and my metrics proved the effectiveness. The heat from my nighttime shower meaningfully improved my deep sleep numbers. Shorting sleep is biological bankruptcy. It's a debt you simply cannot repay the next morning. Number 2, magnesium. Every night. Magnesium is the engine behind 300 plus enzymatic reactions in our body. And yet, research tells us that roughly 50% of Americans ingest less dietary magnesium than their baseline requirement. There are many options for supplementation. I've learned that magnesium glycinate is highly bioavailable, meaning it's easily absorbed through your small intestine. Quick disclosure here. I am a proud Thorne Ambassador, and I've put my affiliate link in the description. But I didn't start taking this because of a partnership. I'm an ambassador because I've been buying Thorne magnesium regularly. It's what's actually in my pantry. I take this every single night after my warm shower. That's the timing that works for me. Between lifting heavy weights in the gym and making heavy decisions in the office, I can feel my body burning through resources. Taking my magnesium takes less than 10 seconds, and it's how I meet my magnesium needs before bed. There are no magic pills, just research, data, and N of 1 experimentation. Brilliance is just the boring basics executed consistent. We know we need to manage our assets at work. Let's manage our biological assets as well. And by the way, if you're already thinking, I need to actually do something with this, there's a one-page audit linked below. It's the whole assets framework. Self-rate the 6 pillars in 60 seconds, free, grab it whenever. Okay, shower, magnesium, 2 down. Now I'm going to tell you about the 3 items that level up my sleep and make me feel better in the morning, and how I proved my dentist wrong on the 3rd one. Number 3 is the sensory shutdown. Light exposure during sleep, even small amounts, has been shown to disrupt sleep architecture. Even closed eyelids are not a complete light barrier. Total darkness isn't just a preference. It's a meaningful biological upgrade. My personal sensory shutdown requires 3 items. First, an eye mask. I like the silk ones because they feel cool and they don't tug on your skin. Second, soft foam earplugs. Honestly, my husband doesn't even snore. I'm just hypersensitive to noise, and avoidable sleep interruptions lead to miserable morning meetings. Third, and saving the best for last, a night guard. It's a non-negotiable for my clenching jaw, and I can't even blame this one on work. My clenching started in grad school. Fun fact, my dentist said the night guard was indestructible. Wrong. I'm not going to pretend this is a glamorous routine. Sliding into bed wearing a mask, earplugs, and a mouth guard is not a trending style. At least my husband is rocking the same look, so I'm not the odd one out. These 3 items are always stocked in my bedroom. None of them require batteries. None of them sync to an app. They just work. The best sleep tech doesn't need a charger. Number 4, this is the one I promised at the top. Once I'm in bed, I queue up delta waves on my phone. Delta waves are the brain's slowest rhythms that mark deep sleep and are associated with the restorative rest that heals the body and the mind. While we can't control our brain's rhythms, we can support conditions for delta wave activity. Research is still emerging, but for me, relaxation strategies, including listening to delta waves as I sink into the mattress, have markedly improved my overnight rest. There are a variety of free resources online. I happen to use an app that plays ethereal and dreamy ambient sounds. I switch my phone to airplane mode. I put it screen side down, volume low, though I can still hear through my earplugs. I usually set a 45-minute timer, and honestly, my mind shuts off before the playlist shuts off. Whether spread out or back to back, these 4 protocols total 15 minutes. Shower, magnesium, sensory shutdown, delta waves, done. The simplest steps compound the quickest. For a while, I thought the answer to better sleep was a longer wind down, higher end products, a more elaborate ritual. But in reality, complexity is fragile. Simplicity wins. A 90-minute routine looks great on the internet, but it collapses under the weight of a demanding calendar. A 15-minute protocol survives the chaos, and those hard weeks are exactly when you need your recovery the most. Here's the bottom line. You can't finance tomorrow's focus if you're bankrupting tonight's sleep. Before I let you go, 4 common questions from women exactly like us. Stay with us another minute because you might be wondering some of the same things. Question 1. I genuinely don't have time to take a hot shower an hour or 2 before bed. By the time the kids are down and I've answered my last Slack message, I'm ready to pass out. Completely understand. And let me say this. The protocol is a principle, not a prescription. I'd encourage doing what truly works best for you. For example, you could shift the shower to immediately after dinner, before bedtime routines begin, so the cool down window lands when you're climbing into bed. Remember that roughly right beats exactly wrong. Question 2. You mentioned deep sleep percentages. How do I know what mine is if I don't wear an Oura Ring? Honest answer, without a wearable, you don't. Precisely. But there are proxies. How's your energy midday? If you need caffeine after lunch, maybe your overnight recovery could use a boost. How fast do you fall asleep? 20 minutes is normal. Under 5 suggests you're running a sleep debt. And over 45 suggests that your wind down routine isn't working. And how do you feel the morning after you've had a glass of wine? If you feel dramatically different, your sleep quality may have more headroom than you think. You don't need a ring to start the protocol, but if you're someone who likes data, the Oura Ring has been worth it for me. I'll include my affiliate link in the description if that's useful. Question 3. What if I wake up at 2 a.m. with a racing mind? The protocol gets me to sleep, but it doesn't keep me there. This could be a whole other video. I've heard tips ranging from a small protein and fat snack before bed to a spoonful of honey when you wake up to keeping a notepad by your bed to park the thoughts keeping you awake. I hear this a lot, so we'll ensure we cover this in depth in a future episode. Question 4. Is the night guard really necessary? I don't think I clench, but I'm not sure. So many people who clench don't know that they clench. They find out from a dentist, a partner, or once they start experiencing a chronically sore jaw. If you wake up with jaw pain, you can get fitted for a custom night guard with your dentist. If you don't need to go to the expense, and I'm very happy for you. Okay, those are the big ones. If this was useful, here's what to do next. First, grab the assets audit. It's the one-page version of all 6 pillars. You can self-rate in 60 seconds, pick your lowest score, that's your red light. The audit gives you the single green light move to take in the next 24 hours because you can't lead from empty. Link is in the description. It's free. Second, subscribe. There are 3 more pillars in this series, and you'll want them all. New videos every Thursday evening for the professional who's ready to bring executive intensity to herself. Because when you're optimized, everyone wins. Sleep is the nighttime reset, but the daytime reset matters just as much. And many executives never give their nervous system one. Pillar 4, equilibrium, coming next.